It was your fault.
It's true. It's true. It's true. He beat Pax actually. Ata beat Pax with Wake Up DP Super at Stunfest in winners, I think it was.
Sounds right.
No, in losers, I think it was. But anyway, no, it was in winners. It wasn't. But yeah, Ken.
You know,
Only
like
one Ken.
only one. You know, like I want to send another shout out to my homeboy Somniac from Australia because he gives me a lot of this analysis shit that I'm able to talk about.
Yeah.
He was like, "Have you noticed that every character in the top 8, 2-bar V trigger, 2-bar V trigger?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's true, except for Ken." And he was like, "Well, Ken, like there's no reason needed. He's Ken." And
Yeah.
I was like, you do have something about the 2-bar V trigger thing because especially if your character like Nash can build a V trigger on his own, like he doesn't have to like get beat up to get it. You know, that is your potential for a comeback, or not even for a comeback, just to use at your disposal. You know, every character that has a 3-bar V trigger, by say Bison, Ibuki, Guile, so imagine how good they would be if they were just a 2-bar, if they had a 2-bar V trigger. They'd be like way better. The character in general would be way better. I would have more random Bison shit to do. You know, Guile would land his combo a lot more. Like, you know, and at the same time, I'm pretty confident to say that if that were to happen, they would contend very very well with the Ryus and the Kens in this game. You know, but for some reason, characters are limited with 3 or 2-bar V triggers that are assigned to them. You know, to state my case real quick, 2-bar V triggers is the shit. If your character has it, you can make a comeback. You can win a bunch, especially if your character can build it. So
I think for Nash as well, the cool thing is like you're not. If you use V reversal, and Nash's V reversal is situationally very very good. It's like complete trash against Dharmika, but in other situations it's pretty good. Like you're not. You can use your V reversal and still build up, you know, a full V gauge.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably by like halfway in the round. There's other things as well. You've got characters that are able to get. You've got characters that actually have applicable V skills as well. That they're actually going to score stuff off of. Like Ken is never going to build V gauge from his V skill. Like it's all going to be off counter hits and taking damage, which is why it's basically a comeback mechanic for him. Whereas like Nakali is very capable of building V gauge. He gets it for using his V skill on block. He's got combos that he can end in V skill. So yeah, like he's definitely a strong candidate there, even though it is a 3-bar one, and he is fucking godlike when he's in V trigger mode as well. Bison's difficult because of course he needs V reversal. He needs V reversal.
Yeah,
really important. I'm trying to think of anyone else that's actually like up there that's got a 3 bar one.
Ibuki is still.
I don't really know about Ibuki.
Yeah, so we can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about her, but I do like what her V trigger is. Like I do understand that you can't just throw it out there. You know, it's not that kind of move. But if you land that hit, like the reset possibilities are great. You know, landing that hit is another issue. But
yeah, I think her V trigger really definitely helps. I mean, it's kind of situationally kind of like how Rashid uses his V trigger is as a mix up. But it's just a lot more reliable. I think it's a lot better than Rashid's.
And she gets more than one, so
exactly, and she can get an absolute ton of damage off of it as well, and she can use it as a combo extender if she needs to as well. I mean, she can easily get 500 damage off an overhead if she's got full stock.
Do you know if Sako is actually using Ibuki in tournament? Because
so Sako used Chun-Li at Evo.
There's a bunch of footage of him using Chun, so I don't know if this Ibuki thing is for fun or anything.
His matchup against Infiltration, where he used Chun, it was pretty terrible as well. It was kind of disappointing. Everyone was hyped to see Sako on stream against Infiltration, and we were like, yeah, he's going to bring out some crazy broken Ibuki shit because he's obviously been labbing her for the last 2 weeks and coming up with the most broken stuff he can. And then he had like a Chun-Li that could do instant air legs, and it was kind of sad. And he lost 4 straight rounds, I think it was. But after the tournament, he was using Ibuki at the Red Bull after party. And I don't know. I obviously I don't speak Japanese, so I couldn't talk to him. But I heard a lot of people. I heard from people that he was saying that he doesn't really think Ibuki is that great yet.
Yeah, actually, Air, he speaks Japanese, and he told me that he talked to Sako a bit about it, and he said Sako believes Ibuki's like bottom 2. I don't know who the other character is, but like I'm not gonna really take that too seriously now, as none of you guys should. The character's not even developed yet, so
she's definitely not bottom 2. I mean, she does bleed horrifically, but she's got kunai's great, by the way. Like ground kunai, really, really good. So quick.
The 8 frames like really helps out with her kunai. I like get hit by it like just out of nowhere. Like I think I'm blocking it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your block's got startup, right? That's why. So.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, like you block the kunai and try and walk forward, and you get hit by the second one because it's basically like a block string.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting if she didn't have to reload it and she had it as a normal move.
Oh, she'd be broken as hell. She could just throw that out.
She'd definitely be good.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is an interesting character. I'm sure we'll see more. It's ironic. Everyone was terrified about Ibuki, but I feel like Boxer's like kind of solid.
Different opinions on this with many different top players. I believe he's solid, but solid's not what you want in terms of in this game. There's a lot of solid characters. You have to like.
He's a solid character that can hit you once and do 450 damage and 700 stun, which is like fine. So, I don't know what people need. He's got gimmicks as well. I think one of the problems is in this game is when you ask character specialists from 4 what they think of their character in 5, because they're going to have a completely different frame of reference. And they're judging things based on what they used to do in another game system with a character that was built around that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So when you've got I can just mash jab all day and headbutt, and I get ultra, and you're in the corner straight away.
Well, I mean that's evident with the Guile players now. A lot of Guile mains that like are totally in love with the character, they're not using Guile anymore. Dominion especially is one of the most notorious ones. He's using Fang now.
Well, he has got a Guile. He was using it. I didn't see him use it in tournament, but he does definitely have a Guile that he was using in money matches and stuff. Guys like I'm Still Daddy are using Guile because he loves the character beyond that level of caring whether it's competitive or not.
Yeah, but it's just like there's a lot of guys who would never ever touch Guile because Guile is he traditionally he's the same kind of character. You play Guile in one game, you kind of have the idea, but in Street Fighter 5 he's vastly different. I mean, the starting with the Sonic Boom and then these like wild ass combos.
Recovery on the Sonic Boom is really difficult for a lot of people to deal with.
Yeah. And a lot of Chris G, there's a lot of guys.
Yeah, do you think you'd see Chris G using Guile? Like, is that a character you'd think you'd see Chris G using? But yeah, I quite like Guile in the game as long as you have it in your mind that you need to attack as well as defend.
They really balance that part well in the character. Like he's not all just trying to frustrate you and run away, basically. But now his offense isn't too cheap, but he does have offense, especially with meter backing it up. So
I think Guile's one of those characters that's going to be really good as a pocket character in certain matchups. That's what I think Guile's role will be. And I think as the game progresses as well, we're going to see more and more of people using pocket characters and less character specialists as matchups develop, because we'll understand things a lot more. Like, I don't ever want to play Alex again with Ken. Please, don't make me do that.
Yeah. Boxer is... I think he's solid. He's solid, he's good. It's just that he's one of those characters that you just do stuff. When you win with Boxer, you're just doing stuff, and it's working. Yeah.
I think the way to play Boxer is play a frustrating mid-range keep-out game, kind of like you were doing with Bison at the start, like that kind of sort of mid-range. He's got decent-ish buttons, space dash straight, fierce punch is good as well, and just wait for your moments, pick your moments, because he's one of those characters that will get all of his damage and all of his stun in one big burst.
The best part is his V trigger, where you're able to land at several hits, and you still have a good amount of the V trigger left, and
Yeah,
you can bait mashing, you can do an overhead. Like I think that's like the most that's where a lot of potential is being explored at the moment.
I know Smug's starting to use Balrog as well.
It makes sense, yeah.
Because of that whole reason, the mix up potential, the reset potential. Um, you know, if people weren't reacting to crouch medium punch like Duck with Dudley, they're not going to react to like KKB overhead after a dash straight that doesn't actually hit you and stuff. You know, in the middle of a combo. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
You're making me want to give him a try again. I gave him a try when he
Give him a
first came
go,
out.
man. Give him a go. Go and get on the internet, download all those setups and the combos and the Kazunoko combos and the Javits resets and stuff, and yeah, watch a bunch of CFN footage and just don't do any work yourself and just play,
Sure.
play him, man. I think he's solid. I'll
just follow Javits and then become a champion through him.
Amen.
Yeah.
God bless you, Javits, for all your day one tech. You are a legend.
Very good. What else? What else is there? Let's see.
Story mode. Have you completed story mode?
I have not even touched it.
Have you not even touched? But you get like I think it's 30,000 fight monies.
Oh, cool.
For completing it.
Cool.
It's an interesting 3-hour like cutscene.
I'll tell you something though. I have favorited Justin watching story mode. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but you know, there's a whole craze about reaction videos and stuff. To me,
Yeah.
like I want to watch it with another person because I know the story is gonna be it's not gonna make any sense. It's gonna be pretty dumb. So at least I want to see someone else's reaction. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a big thing on the internet anyway, isn't it? Like playthroughs. So, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't play any of the Mortal Kombat story modes, but I watched them all on the internet.
Sure.
And I know.
I did the same with Metal Gear Solid. I'm not gonna play the game. I don't have the time. I'll just watch it.
The last Metal Gear Solid is a playable cutscene, basically.
Yeah.
Press square to continue. But yeah,
Juri.
at least they're trying, man. At least they're trying.
Juri.
Juri Han.
By the time that this podcast is released, Juri will not be out yet, but she will be out soon. We can't really say anything.
I was checking the date. Wait, it's the 22nd.
26th.
I'm recording. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's out in 4 days. Yeah, she's interesting. She in the story mode, she didn't feel that complete. But the more I'm seeing people do with her, she looks pretty solid.
If there was some like weird like announcement how Urien and Juri are going to stay the same in story mode, that's probably the only way I would play story mode. Just because I play it obviously for the game, like I don't really need to watch story mode. But I have heard that she doesn't have her like hold down fireball things anymore, which is in my opinion.
She does the fireball and then they're there. She does
them
and then they're then she does it again and then they come out.
That's good because I think holding down stuff is like I don't know how most people think. Like if you're someone starting off playing Street Fighter and you're like I have to hold this down and then like do this with my hand as I'm playing, like I'm immediately intimidated.
For pad players as well, it's complete nonsense. Like I remember when I tried to learn Virgil in Marvel 3. Yeah. Like I had Marvel 3 on the PS Vita specifically so I could like learn combos whilst I travel because obviously I travel a lot for work. And I had to like set light attack to this trigger button because otherwise I couldn't do anything else with my thumb. Like I can't have light here and then like press other. It's not going to work. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, the least hold down buttons, the better. It's kind of an arbitrary way of doing things. Of course, turnaround punch is always going to be like that. But
isn't it different in this game though? Isn't it like you can hold a kick and a punch and you can pick one?
I think so. I think you can pick any two buttons, as far as I'm not entirely certain.
I mean, that's kind of cool because they definitely give that some thought, and same as Juri holding down buttons and shit. So
yeah.
I
like the redesigns of every character so far. Like some of them need a little bit of tweaking. I actually really like the redesign of Zangief, but I just think it's a bit too difficult for him to get in a lot of the time. Once he does get in with that EXSPD, it's horrible, absolute nightmare.
It's bad for me, man.
It feels bad, man. But yeah, I like the redesign of him. I think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of depth to the character as well with the one frame parry and that sort of stuff.
Actually, I just thought about this. Just to ask again, but season 1 is ending in September or at the end of the year?
End of the year.
End of the year. That's for sure.
I've been told by asking my community manager, like, So when because obviously like stuff's come out a bit quicker than we thought. Even with the delays, the characters have come out a bit quicker than we thought they were going to.
Is there anyone after Urien? No, right?
As far as I'm aware, no. There were rumors going around the arena that Akuma was going to be announced on Sunday, and then they pulled it last minute. But I don't know how reliable that is. Right. But as far as I'm aware, there's no planned characters before the end of the year, and then we'll go into the next season.
I am seeing a little
bit. It's like we've seen those more characters, skins, like costumes and shit. But in terms of actual characters to be added, I don't think so.
Juri and Urien, I mean, I see a lot of mobility. I see a lot of like just good offensive tools. And Urien, I mean, if it's true, he has that one frame reversal EX armor shoulder tackle, I think, right?
I don't think it's first frame.
Well, I mean, the story mode is apparently first frame, though.
Was it?
Yeah, according to hackers on Event Hubs. I mean, an article on Event Hubs. So if he has that, then I can't think of any EX armor move that has that other than Zangief's parry. I guess if you want to count
that. Birdie's EX tap
in V trigger, right?
No,
regular.
EX tap regular has armor on the first frame. In V trigger, all of his taps have armor on the first frame.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if season 2 somehow starts in September, I'm not going to complain. I mean, I think it's fair to say a lot of us are doing a lot of soul searching, and with the current cast, I just feel like I'm just anyone.
Which characters do you like, Kim? Like, not like in terms of gameplay. Which characters do you like? Like, do you have an affinity for other than Bison?
I think Nash is pretty cool. I like how Nash looks.
Okay, but you wouldn't want to play Nash.
I sort of. I mean, right now it doesn't matter who I play because I want like frame kills to get free meaty throws, free meaty attacks. Like I don't want because no matter what.
Playing Ken, play Ken then.
Yeah, I know, but I have a soul, so I can't do that. But the thing is that like no matter what happens, if you're not doing a sequence, you have to respect Nakali waking up with the jab. You have to because it equals a lot of damage, and to time this every single time is a lot to ask from a player. Like I mean, we can talk about 8 frames and whatever, but even without 8 frames, it's going to be very hard to stop that kind of thing. Actually, I don't think 8 frames does factor into this.
No, because it's automatic. Like you said, it's frame kills. But
but I mean, if I had a frame kill character where like let's say after a throw in a corner, throw a mid screen, that's asking too much, or
Moxa
whatever.
Moxa can do that in the corner anyway. So.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm looking for now because I need to play how I want to play. Like, so how a character looks doesn't matter.
That's what you want. You want brainless set play.
No, I want to do it if I can do it, I might do it.
Yeah, you want brainless set play.
Anyway,
shame.
But there's already brainless set play. Just telling you that. So.
But that's the cool thing about like, so you say Ken for example, right? He's definitely got brainless set play, but he's got no moves that are active for 4 frames. Well, other than Crouch Fierce, but that's like minus 60 bajillion thousand on block. Even if you meet it, it's still like -4 at best. So you can't make it safe ever. So he has to guess, and if you wake up back roll, you can punish him for crouch and medium punch meaty. It's kind of like, and that's scary against like a Nakali or an Armika.
Like I've been playing some Kens lately, and they've been doing these like this new sequence where they do like they knock you down with whatever, and then they do stand jab, crouching jab, and I've seen it like more than I care to see it. So they must be doing it for a reason. It must cover both setups, or it must be something. I don't
impossible.
Know.
No, nothing covers both.
So then, whenever Ken knocks someone down, everyone just gets really nervous, and you're doing kick wake up.
Yeah. Then. Yeah. Basically, try vary wake ups against Ken because he can't cover both of them. It's a play. It's a guess. Off a normal knockdown, obviously not a throw.
How about EX Fireball? Using EX Fireball to cover both wake ups. Active frames, bro.
It'll go straight through you. Go straight through you.
Anyway, so other than Ken being the best character,
Best character, I barely made it into top 8. And clearly, Nash is the best character in the game.
clearly, huh?
Absolutely.
Joe's recent interview at the Daily Dot, which you and Femi were also on,
Yeah,
stated that Nash is barely a top 5 character.
I agree with that. I think he's like 5th.
Yeah.
I think top 5 is probably Ryu, Chun, and you can argue between Ken and Nakali back and forth.
Yeah, Chun is really hard to argue now to be the best or even second. I think she has to play so clean, and it's.
I don't think so. I think like you look at other games. Evil Ryu was clearly the best character in SF4, right?
Yeah, and he was easy to play.
No, he wasn't. Who was winning? Who was winning with Evil Ryu? That's not named Daigo. Actually winning.
I don't know. Okay, we can consider Mochi. He used Evil Ryu in many tournaments also. Yeah. Hey, against Chris T, I remember this specifically. Against Chris T in top 32, he used Evil Ryu. Chris T was salty because he didn't get the Ken versus Ken mirror, and Momochi has done this billions of times with Evil Ryu. Take that. Okay, well, anyway, but my point was that Chun-Li is like, she's pretty hard to use. You have to like flow with her and kind of guess correctly in a sequence in order to.
And you have to be able to do the executional stuff at will.
Yes.
And it's very difficult to do every time because if you mess up an instant air legs and you get random jump medium kick across the screen, like she hasn't got a lot of health and stuns, you can die for that shit. So, and you lose your momentum, switches all the way around. So yeah, she's not easy by any stretch of the imagination, not a high level anyway. So.
And she doesn't even do that much damage. Also, I mean, let's be honest. It's not bad damage, but it's like it's not as much as you imagine her to do. You know,
it's not like Alex damage or Ken V trigger damage or Nakali V trigger damage, just Ryu damage in general.
Has there been a Chun yet that has won? I can't think of anyone at the moment.
That's one.
That's one. Yeah.
Goichi hasn't won anything yet.
He got.
MOV hasn't won anything yet.
Goichi won, what's it called? That mix-up night, weekly tournament in Osaka. Yeah. That don't count, but CPTs. I do, dude, hasn't there been a Chun that's won? Like, in Brazil or something? Hey, it still counts, it's a CPT, you know what I'm saying?
Random Norwegian event or something.
Parabéns.
I can't think of a Chun that's won anything yet.
Yeah, so
I remember that there was like 3 Chuns in top 4, but it wasn't a ranking event, was it? It was just a random thing that was streamed. But MOV was up there as well, wasn't it? But I don't think you can judge, especially now. The game's still only like half a year old. You can't judge on the viability of a character on results. I think it's like consistency. Chun's consistently plays top 8. Ryu's consistently top 8. Ken's consistently top 8. Nash consistently top 8. Karin, there's always a Mika in there somewhere. There's always a Nakali in there somewhere. These are all clearly the best characters in the game. And Kami as well is a very good character as well. But I don't think you can sort of say that you pick this character, you're going to win. Because I think player matchups are still way more important than character matchups in this game as it stands at the moment. Because we haven't gone into the rabbit hole where people are getting the most out of character matchups here.
Well, I mean, you're right about that. It depends on what characters are making it in the leaderboards consistently.
Yeah.
Chun-Li is one of them, for sure. Chun-Li, Ken, Ryu, Nash, Nakali. You'll see Mika in there sometimes.
Yeah.
Luffy and Fudo and stuff.
Yeah, Marn will be annoying people.
I mean, he hasn't placed, though, since the NCR, that one.
It's just they're annoying people. Like Mika for me is like a gatekeeper character. I think Fudo's playing above and beyond the character. I don't really see anyone else doing that with her at the moment. But yeah, she's pretty annoying fucking character.
I was like watching one of our old episodes, just like randomly, and I said like Laura was top 3. I was like, fuck, man, why did I say that? But then it's funny because Ryu and Chun, since the beginning, everyone's
those characters. Laura's one of those characters that's a gatekeeper as well.
Yeah.
Where
if you don't get what she's doing, like you just lose. Like this
thing is, if she like there's certain instances where it doesn't matter if you get what she's doing. It means even if you do get what she's doing, if she touches you, you can die.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she touches you with something into V trigger, and then you get the EX fireball into the crouch and medium kick reset and the dash, you cannot tell where she is. It's not possible. Like if you watch some of World 2-Pack's replays, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you can't see where she is. It's a straight up guess. And it doesn't matter if you try and mash both ways with your DP, because if you do it the wrong way, you're going to get a crouch in normal come out, and you're going to get blown up with a crush counter or a counter hit into stuff. So, which is one of the cool things I like about this game, actually, because DPs would be super, super powerful if you could just brainlessly mash both ways on those side switch setups, resets.
I actually didn't know that. I thought they still work.
No, you can't. You can't do it.
So
those, the jab resets and all that sort of stuff, you can't just mash down forward both ways.
So it registers your input whenever she switches sides, I guess, then? As your first one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can't just, oh, she's here, the DP comes out here. That's why, flash kicks are good, spinning bird kicks are good, because it's just down up. Laura Chun is an absolute disgusting match for Laura, for many reasons. But yeah, that's one of them. But I think that's a good design thing of the game. I mean, of course, you can still do they jump over you and you DP and it comes out the other side. But those literally the reset into the side switch, you can't just mash DP out. You'll get hit and die. Deservedly so, because you're not thinking.
For like this part of our podcast, I'll just like label this video as like Street Fighter 5 ramblings or something like that.
Fuck it, what man?
10.2 Street Fighter 5 ramblings.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
We've got a lot to catch up on, so yeah.
Daigo has a book. Daigo has a book. I know you got me a copy. Did you get me a copy?
Wait, I've got a book. I've got one.
Oh,
I haven't got you a copy.
Asshole, you fucking asshole.
About 7 people asked me to get a copy. I didn't even get a copy. Markman just went, "Yeah, I've got a book for you." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Mark."
Oh, top player privilege, so commentator privilege, homie privilege.
You're nearly there. Just do a few more Asian events and you'll be fine. You need to work together.
That one excerpt that they had. What was he? He was talking about how like some people see his results right now and they say like Daigo's washed up or he's fell off, but they don't see like the bigger picture. And I was like, oh my god, I need to get this fucking book. This book is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's cool because like I've like from Taiwan, like I took the same flight as him and I talked with him and whatever. Like what you see on camera is pretty much how he is. Like he's a quiet guy, like. And for him to express those kind of like really deep inner thoughts, like it almost feels like he's been trying to sell me the book the entire time,
The first like section of the book is all about him like fitting in school and like how his dad moved them around the country and stuff, and how he didn't like how he inherited things from his dad and his mum, and it's like really deep, like really really deep shit in this book.
So it's like a biography /
yeah,
psychology book or something.
It's a full. You take off the top of Daigo's that nice new permed hair that he's got. You take that off and you stare right into his brain, and you can see it's really really revealing. Which was very surprising for me because that's kind of not the impression you get of Japanese culture to be that forthcoming with like their most private personal thoughts.
And only 400 copies.
Well, that was just for Evo. It's obviously coming out in a proper print run, and it's coming out digitally as well in August. You'll be able to get it on Kindle and all that good stuff as well.
August, huh? Is that an official statement?
That's an official statement.
Damn, I have to go get my shit.
Yeah,
it's gonna be next to my Mark Hunt book and like my dietary books I never read.
Hey,
yeah, Uriah Faber, Chael Sonnen. I've like read 2 chapters. Yep. Now you know what's in my library.
Yeah, all those guides on how to take masking agents and beat the USADA tests.
Yep.
Do you know what was funny? The first time I heard, so obviously I had obviously seen USADA written down, right? Mm-hmm. But I just remember half listening to a press conference, and they started talking about USADA, and I was like, is this like a new fighter from Japan that they've got in? Who's USADA? I don't know who this is. What's he going to do to the division? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, that was more rambling, random thoughts.